Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Coffee's Conversations and Keeping It Real. I'm Philip Marcel here with my co-host Trina George. Say hey, Trina.
Hello.
And our guest today is John McClanahan of Edge Promotions. How you doing today, John?
Doing well, Phil. Thanks.
Good stuff. I remember those wings. We had a lunch for a little while afterwards.
I picked that heat just for you.
Yes. And it was funny because, I had wings last week at Gators Dockside. I had the 4-alarm, they call them 4-alarm ones. And I had them with Reggie, but I didn't even budge. But today was kind of squirming. And those weren't even the hottest ones, right? They had some flavor to them.
They got a little sweet, and that heat kind of hit you.
Yeah. Nose was running a little bit.
That's why I had to ask you if you like heat or not.
Oh, yeah, I do.
I
wanted to try it, man. I've been watching another podcast I like to follow called Hot Ones. I like that one, and it's got me. I was like, who in Gainesville? What were someone in Gainesville was really bringing the heat?
There we go.
But those, it was a nice flavor, too. It wasn't like just heat, like wasn't propane or nothing like that. but it was good. It was good. But
glad you liked it.
I felt it. Made my mouth tingle a tad bit.
There you go. See you later.
Cool. But of course, we're here, Coffee's Conversations and Keeping It Real. We want to talk about your business, your industry, the ups and downs of it. And we just want you to keep it real with us.
Absolutely.
And tell us about it. So please start off by telling us about what your business is, how you got started, how long you've been in doing it.
So Edge Promotions provides branded apparel and wearables, gifts and awards, and promotional products. They all have names, logos imprinted on them, so you can use them to hand out or even in retail purposes. Helps brand your business, bring you more clients, increase your market share within the community.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing this for a little over 10 years now. I've had my business open for about 9 now, so all in Gainesville area, so I have a real good feel of kind of what goes on in the area, some of the events, what goes well, what the end consumers seem to really like locally, so I can provide that to my clients.
Oh, that is cool.
Great.
That is cool. What are some of the trends that you've been seeing in your industry right now?
One of my old clients coined the phrase, she called it a Fetty, which is a fake Yeti tumbler.
Oh, that's what I call it.
So she called it a Fetty, which I thought was hilarious. No copyright infringement at all. So it's a Yeti style tumbler, double wall insulation. They run for under $10 a piece.
Right.
So you see people use them all over. They take them into Starbucks and get them refilled, gas stations, bring from home.
Yeah.
Hot items, cold items. You see these things all over the place, and it's probably, for about the past 2 years and going to this year, is probably the number one seller.
Really? For 2 years?
It is.
This Fetty, this faux Yeti.
Well, and it's funny. So about 3 years ago, we're in the B&I group.
Right, yeah.
About 3 years ago, I don't know if you remember, I gave that out as my gift when I did my presentation.
Yes, I remember.
If you look at Thursday's meeting, there'll be 3 or 4 people that have that same tumbler that are still using it 3 years later. So a promotional product to me, if I hit the right budget for you, and it's a useful item, you have about 80% of the people that will use it for at least a year.
Wow.
These tumblers that I bought, there's like 70 people in the group.
Yes.
I gave them all one of these tumblers, and I'm still seeing them used 3 years later.
Cool.
So
and
you talk about return. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's branded with my logo on it. Great return on investment.
Yeah. Because you can take this tumbler into
Everywhere.
places that refill your drinks for you, but you could bring your own tumbler in coffee shops.
And these people,
cool.
these are friends of mine, but I don't think they're doing it just for my benefit. I think they use these things, right?
They actually use them, right?
So if they use these tumblers, how many impressions am I getting in the Gainesville market where people see my name and logo out there?
True.
Right.
True.
It's the same for any other company. If we find the right product, it's going to get used constantly.
Yeah.
And you're going to see your name and logo very pronounced. Is it going to drive you business? People are going to call just because of that? I can't promise you that.
Right.
But you'll put that name recognition with it, and you'll see something come from it. People will know that name from somebody. I know that name. Where did I see that name before? And they'd subconsciously seen it at Starbucks or seen it at somewhere else. It works.
Yes, I understand that.
So that's probably the biggest seller. The other real hot item right now are all tech items. You know, like Bluetooth speakers and headphones and
earbuds,
pop sockets and
the pop
things
sockets.
like anything that is tech related. Those are great.
People have been eating it up and using it.
Absolutely. You got like an RFID sleeve, so it'll protect your identity on your card so it can't get stolen.
People who kind of walk past your pocket, swipe.
Imagine
that's
if a bank started giving those out when they gave your cards out.
Ooh.
And so what it was.
Ooh.
It's great, right?
Yeah, because that's some high-level thievery right there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it happens all the time.
Yeah.
Or the other item is, and this has become real popular, are it's a webcam cover. And it's a small piece, and it slides onto your laptop,
That's
slides onto your
at
phone.
the top,
Okay.
And you
yes.
slide it closed so people can't hack into your webcam and see what you're doing.
Right.
They also have one now it plugs into the microphone and headphone jack.
Yes.
So it'll block anybody from eavesdropping as well, because that's the next new cyber crime that's coming out, is people can eavesdrop either audio or video onto your stuff.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So they have ways to combat that.
That's
So
cool.
some really cool items. Tech is always hot because tech is the new thing for everybody.
Right.
Right.
Everybody's doing something tech related. So
Right.
those are great.
Those cool. That's cool.
Very
That's
nice.
cool. I like that idea because it's like I've talked with tech people and like specifically, and they definitely all have theirs covered. So that's probably definitely a hot item among that crowd and group. What are some some issues and stuff you've had with your business over the past? Like what was your 2018 like in your business?
I had a great year. My business
That's
has
cool.
increased steadily every year through word of mouth. But the biggest obstacle I have to overcome is a sense of urgency.
Uh-huh.
I use this analogy all the time. I sell pins year long, but until you need a pin, you're not going to buy a pin. I could give you pins for a penny a piece, but if you don't really need them, you're not going to buy them because it's a waste of money at that time.
Yeah.
My problem is finding that sense of urgency. When exactly do you need to buy pens? When can we sit down? When is that
boy.
sweet spot or time?
Yeah.
So I have to really kind of keep an eye on what's going on locally. What kind of events? Is there a golf
Right.
tournament coming up? Or is a company sponsoring that? Is there a new client that shows up in town? Is there a logo change? Did they move? I have to kind of have my fingers in the pulse of what's going on in the community and then try to get with those businesses and try and figure out a way to capitalize on their timing.
Right.
Okay.
Otherwise, they don't. I'm sure it's like that with anybody else's business. They don't want to hear from you if they don't need you.
Right.
But when they need you, they need you.
Right.
So I got to
Like
find out
yesterday.
exactly. So, and in my industry, I think it is this way with marketing and advertising in general.
Right.
Marketing and advertising seems to be an afterthought.
Mm.
People don't put their dollars and their focus into it as much as they should.
Yeah, it's not a line item. It should
Exactly.
be a monthly line
And
item.
it's nothing that they get out in front of. They're always behind.
Yeah.
It's always like, oh my God, I forgot. And insert issue here. And they're calling you because they need something quick, or it's a rush, or they forgot this, or they need you to bail them out of something, which is fine. We're good at that.
Yeah.
But it would be nice for people that were a little more proactive and find a way to proactively go after some of these people.
Right.
I try my best to create that and
Yeah.
create a sense of urgency for them. But until I can really find that sense of urgency, that's probably my biggest obstacle to overcome.
And how is it like dealing with do you find yourself getting undercut in price, or somebody able to deliver faster than you in town as far as the whole colleague competition thing?
So there are some competitors locally that do some great business here, and I rarely ever go up against them in a bid situation.
Yeah.
There are a couple local companies that I've referred out that I think can do a great job in a certain instance, like an apparel company. They can get something real quick. So timing really isn't a big issue.
Yeah.
Cost isn't really a big issue either. The way my prices are structured,
Right.
I don't force somebody to buy a certain quantity of something in order to get a certain price.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you'll see a lot of companies where if they order pens, they order 300, it's one price, and 500, it's another price. And if they order 1,000 more, you'll save a nickel.
Right.
My price is consistent for whatever quantity you purchase. And it's usually better than the 2,500 piece price. I have to show it to you on a piece of paper how it works.
Right.
But
Right.
it's, people don't have to say, is that the best price you have? Is there a way to get it? No, it's not. That is the price. Feel free to shop it.
Right.
You'll find out that price is, if not the lowest, very, very competitive.
Uh-huh.
So I don't have to worry about selling on price.
Right. Now, with your business being, so we know you do a lot of networking. Is there like you have a platform online where people go to from other states? Like, how far away have you gotten business?
I've had clients from all over the country. I can sell anywhere.
Yeah.
Some of my clients, even locally in Gainesville, I've never met before. I couldn't pick them out of a lineup.
Oh, really?
I've never met them. I've talked to them on the phone. Some of them just via email.
Yeah.
And it's great
Like
for
the
them.
whole process from start
Absolutely,
to finish?
start to finish.
Just go to your website
And
and order.
we've done multiple orders, and I've still never met these people. Now, if If I heard them on the phone, I could pick their name out. I know exactly who it is.
Right.
But I couldn't pick out their face. I've never met them before.
Wow.
And it works out terrific. These people like that kind of dynamic. Gone are the days of sitting down across the table and actually meeting with people. They don't have the time for
Carrying
that
supplies into
Absolutely.
their conference room.
Gone are those days.
Oh,
You know,
snap.
there's still some industries that thrive that way.
Right.
For mine, they don't want to do that. If they need a sample of something, I can actually have a sample. If somebody needs to feel how this pen writes and feel
Right.
the weight of it, I can have a pen sent directly to them. They get their mail that day. The pen's in there. They use it. I see the tracking numbers, so I know when they received it.
Yeah.
I give them a day or so. I can reach out to them unless they reach out to me first.
Right.
I can say, hey, what'd you think of that pen? I love it. I hate it. What was the price on it? Let's do this. Can we fit this on? And then the process jumps from there.
Yeah.
So they don't ever have to see me, and they like that.
Nice.
Frankly, if I go meet with you for art,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to sit down in front of your computer anyway and download it onto something or email it over to me anyway.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So why have that process where I have to sit down and meet with them anyway? They don't want to do that.
Right.
They'd rather just type in an email.
Yeah.
Here, my logo's attached. Let me know what you think.
Uh-huh.
I can give them my opinion on will this fit?
Right.
Won't it fit? Hey, I think this color would work better. I like this product over this one. Here's why. They like that. They like the fact that they have an expert in the field they can talk to.
Right.
It's not something automated. It's not a
Yes.
true online automation where they never talk to a person or they talk
Right.
to 17 different people.
Right.
Uh-huh.
So they know that I'm local.
Right.
It's a great fit.
Yeah.
They kind of get the best of all worlds.
And they want to, because it's everything is about time. Everybody needs to preserve their time. They don't want to
Absolutely.
waste time.
No,
They don't want to
never.
drive around, be avoiding potholes
Right.
and games all day.
Right.
Coming to you.
Well, and they may not mind being out and about, but their bosses or the people they got to report to, they want them doing
that's
another
true.
task.
Time
So
management, everything's about time management.
that's right.
now.
That's right. Those days are gone for them.
Yeah.
Somebody leaves the office for 3 hours and they go out lunch and they do something else and half their day's gone and all they did was boss some pens. The boss doesn't want that anymore.
Yeah.
They want the pens and they want you to do this job.
Oh my goodness. Well,
So-
yeah, that's true.
It's convenient for them.
Right. Right.
If somebody does want to meet, I have no problem with it. That's great. I'll drive on over and we can meet up. It's not a problem at all. But most people don't really want to anymore.
yeah.
It's a new dynamic.
I hear that. What are your goals for your business going forward? Like 2019, what are you looking to do, change, increase?
Shockingly, I've never been a goal person. I've never really set goals for my business. So I was asked that recently, and I think one of the things I'd like to do is I'd like to average a sale a day.
Yeah.
I think that would be a really unique goal. With my price points, I'd say an average sale is probably somewhere in the $600-700 range. You can get even less than that depending on what they purchase.
Right.
But an average sale is about that. So I don't feel like I have such a high dollar amount where it couldn't be a sale a day. I feel that's an attainable goal. I'd like to see my revenues go up 15 or 20%, and I would like to really increase my social media footprint. You and I have talked about that a little bit. You kind of coached me up on it some.
Yeah, having that content, because you got if you have images, you have content.
Absolutely.
Pretty much. It's so much image driven, and people want to see the products anyway. Like, what's the biggest ticket item that you offer as far as branding? Like, small is the biggest. We know you go as small
Price
as 10.
wise?
No, just in terms of size, like getting it in the mail. Like,
I'd say probably the biggest item are it's like I'll call it a folding lawn chair, but it doesn't do it credit. It's like if you were to go to Dick's Sporting Goods, the chairs that you fold up. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
I won't call it a folding lawn
Yeah.
chair, but that's probably the best thing I can call
Right,
it.
I know what you're talking
They're
about.
huge, and
Really?
they're like $10 at Dick's, and they say
Right.
Dick's on them. It's a folding
yeah.
kind of picnic chair, I guess.
Right.
And they use a lot of them for sporting events and whatnot. So I've sold those. I've had University of Florida loves them. The
So
lacrosse
they will
team.
put them. Okay, yes.
Okay.
We
Sports
did some
teams.
great ones for lacrosse team. The
Nice.
parents, they went specifically to the parents. They gave each set of parents, they got 2 of them, mom and dad kind of thing. They absolutely loved them, but it was a very huge, bulky item to carry around and a lot to ship.
That's
So-
true. I hear you.
How long have you had your business, John?
Like 8 or 9 years.
Okay.
I did it for a couple of years prior to this, and the company that I worked for closed up. So I had an opportunity to take the reins and start my own.
really?
And it was great. So
Uh-huh.
dumb luck, really. I kind of fell into it.
Okay.
That is very cool.
Okay.
So it was great.
Very cool. You
Probably,
like,
probably the most luck I've ever had in my life.
you like
When
being
that
independent?
happens.
Yeah, it's great.
You like being independent then?
Yeah, I don't know that I could really sit down and work for somebody. I definitely couldn't work in an office type setting where I had to answer to somebody. The nice thing is, for me, there's some creativity that goes into it too. So I have to talk with you a little bit, even if it is via email, and kind of understand what it is you're looking for. And I have to be kind of on your wavelength and try to find it. So if you're looking for a pen, for example, like Jay and I talked about it. I don't know if you heard Jay today when he was saying that I sent a presentation. He had a very specific idea of a pen, but couldn't really explain it. So he gave me some ideas on what he wanted, and I found him this. It's a really cool metal pen. It's got a stylus on it. It was laser engraved, small order quantities. I think it cost him like $1.50 each.
Yeah.
But I sent him probably 8 or 10 different pen items, options.
Yes.
And that's kind of how I do it. You're not going to like every one of them, but I think we're going to get close enough. Even the ones he didn't necessarily want to go with, we're still pretty close to what he wanted. He just found one of those that he liked the best.
Yes.
And he loves the pen. He's ordered it 3 or 4 times now. And people still talk about it. Every time he sees it, people just love this pen.
Right.
So I have to really pay close attention to what they want. I have to listen to them. I don't think if I worked in an office where I had to take orders from somebody else and they were trying to tell me what to do, that we would be on the same wavelength, and then I could be on the same wavelength as my client.
Right.
It just wouldn't work that way. So I think working for somebody else, I think would crush my creativity with it. I don't think there's any way it would ever happen again. I don't think.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, it would have to be the best offer in the world for me to want to work for somebody again.
Like, what job would that be, you think?
I don't know.
You don't even know. You can't even think of it.
It'd have to have a lot of zeros behind it. I'll say that.
Indeed. So you say you want to like get more active on social media. Is that like what's your target market that you'd be trying to reach through there? I mean, a lot of people are on it in different ways. I know. I mean, it's broken down so much from the different ones, from Facebook to Instagram, and it's like different demographics like something. I think like Facebook is for older people now. Is that right, Sifu? Maybe
That's what they say.
I think it is. So you and I discussed this. Like, I'm really bad about self-promoting myself. So to me, that's what I see social media is about. So you gave me some really savvy tips about ways to promote myself without talking about myself.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yes.
So my key demographic, I think, would be a business owner, or at least a key decision maker within a company.
Yes.
I think those are the groups. I don't really, talking to a gatekeeper or to a sales rep or to somebody else, that's not going to get the message across. I need to really speak to somebody that makes a decision.
That's true.
So I need to find the social media platform where the key decision makers are, or the business owners are, or at least where I have an opportunity to reach those people easier.
Right.
Is it a nice mix of all of them? Maybe it's a mix.
It might be a mix, depending on, I don't know, product. Because you have a lot of, even in Gainesville, it's a lot of like young tech people, but then you have a lot of older, established businesses. You've been here, so you probably know, Trina.
Yeah, I mean, Instagram seems to be more and more popular these days, but I just can't seem to get there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, me neither. I'm with you.
I seem to migrating back to Facebook, so.
It's easy for me because it's like photography, video stuff is easier for us, me and Sifu, to just share more because it's just so image-based. And it's not me. It's the people I photograph.
I think once I break through that wall, I think it'll be a lot easier. I think it's the beginning of the content has been probably the hardest part for me. I just didn't know what's going to be interesting for people and what they really what they're going to warm up to. So,
yeah.
And I didn't want to be one of those people that says I'm in the line at Starbucks waiting to get a coffee and that's my post. I don't want that either. That seems ridiculous. Right. So, I have to find that mix, but you helped out a lot with that. So I'm trying to put that into motion.
Yeah, it changes. It's crazy. We're cool. We're gonna definitely share your logo and your information on how people can contact you, look at the products you have. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
It's been a pleasure, man.
Great.
Yes.